Welcome to this tutorial on how to interact with an Azure Blob Storage account using the Azure command line interface. So in this tutorial, we'll be going over the Azure Blob Storage account commands using the command line interface. We'll start by logging in and creating a resource group and a storage account, and from there we'll try out the different Azure CLI commands for storage accounts. Let's get started. We'll start by logging in with an AZ login command. And from there, you need to select your account and your Azure subscription. Next, we'll create a resource group with the AZ group create command. I'll be putting this resource group in EastUS location. Next, we'll create our Azure storage account using the AZ storage account create command. This storage account will also be placed in EastUS and will be given a SKU standard LRS. Okay, that's been created. So next, what we need to do is assign a storage blob data contributor role to the signed in user that we're using via the AZ login command. Now we need this so that the user can interact with the storage accounts, create containers, put blobs in there, delete blobs, delete containers, those sorts of things. You need to give this role to the user first. What we're going to do is use the AZ role assignment to create command and select a role being storage blob data contributor, assigning it to the signed in user and giving it a scope to include the subscription, the resource group, and the storage account that we've created earlier. The full command is in the blog post if you want to refer back to it. So I've overridden parameters within this command. I've taken the subscription ID from my account and I've given it the resource group and the storage account that I created it just before. So that's been successful. Now do note that these changes to roles can take up to 10 minutes before they take effect, and you can check in the Azure portal under My Permissions and see what permissions you have assigned to you. So if you go into the Azure portal, you can select in the top right hand corner and select those three dots and select My Permissions. And for your subscription, it will tell you what permissions your account has. So my account has this storage blob data contributor role that I just assigned to it for this storage account. So I can take a look at my resource groups, and my resource group is in there, and I can also see my storage account that I just created in there too. So now let's start interacting with this storage account using the Azure command line interface. So why don't we start by creating a container in this storage account. So all blobs need to be placed inside a container. So before you can do that, you need to create that container. So use AZ storage container create and provide the account name for the storage account and the name for the container with an N parameter. And the auth mode is going to be login. And for all of these commands, we're going to be using the auth mode of login. That's because we've assigned that role storage blob data contributor to this particular login. So we need to use that auth mode of login for all these commands. So that container has been created. Now to list all the containers in the storage account, you can use the AZ storage container list command and specify the account name, and the auth mode is login again. And you can see that we've got the storage container here, my storage container. So next we'll upload a blob to this container. So I'll just list my directory here, and I've got a file called abc.txt. If I just open that right now, it's just got the text ABC in it. So let's upload that as a blob to the container that we just created. So to do that, we use the AZ storage blob upload command, and we need to specify the storage account name, the container name, and the name of the file as parameters, and the destination name of the file. So we're going to store it as abc.txt within our blob storage account within that container. So that's been successful. If we want to list all the blobs within that container, we can use the AZ storage blob list command and specify the storage account name and the container name. And we can see, yep, we've got that blob called ABC text, the block blob, in that container. So why don't we download this blob now We can do that using the AZ storage blob download command, and we can specify the account name, the container name, the name of the file that's in the blob storage account, and the name we want to have the file where it gets saved to our local machine. And we're going to use the authmotors login. So we should see one more file called def.txt. If I ls there, I can see that file there. And if I open it, it should also contain the text ABC. Okay, so now we want to delete a blob from within our storage container. So let's do that now with an AZ storage blob delete command. We're specifying the name of the container, the name of the blob, and the account name. And if we want to list all the blobs in that container again, just to verify that that has been deleted, we can do the AZ storage blob list command, and we can see no results there. So next we can delete that container with an AZ storage container delete command. Let's run that now. We need to specify the account name and the name of the container as parameters. And it's come back saying deleted is true. And if we list all the containers in that storage account, we should now see no results. Yep, that's correct. We get an empty array. So that's it for using the basic commands for storage accounts using the Azure CLI. Make sure to clean up the resources that you've created. So this will delete the resource group along with the storage account by using an AZ group delete command specifying the name of the resource group. That's it for this tutorial, and if it was useful to you, please like it and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.